knows the truth for himself, you call him vipaschit, you call him dhiraha. Why dhiraha? Because you got the definition, dhira. Dhim, buddhim, vishayebhya, rati, pratigranati, iti dhiraha. So one who is capable of withdrawing his mind from the sense objects at his will. Sense organs do not enter into you to disturb you. You take them in to disturb yourself. Which sense object has get crashed into your head? Tell me. Can you say, I went home, Swamiji, that flat TV has reached my drawing room, I don't know what to do. I went to my house and suddenly there is a car parked on the driveway. What happened? The car has come in, he wants to stay in our house. The gold ornaments, diamonds, they have gone into our jewelry box. Nothing move in by itself. You take them in. As even objects outside, so also understand. A thought, listen carefully, the thought of an object may come in because of your perception, but converting that little thought or impression to a desire, anger, hatred, obsession is 100% your contribution. A thought may not be your contribution. Somebody has pushed that thought into your head, like advertisers. Advertisers can push a thought into your head. Nike, Mercedes, Diamond, they can push that thought into your head. Well, you know, that seafront house, lakefront house, they can push into your head. One idea they can put into your head. But to build around that thought, to water it, nourish it, make it crazy, is fully your responsibility. Nobody else does it. So don't say, they are putting ideas into my head. Yes, so what? Let them put idea into your head. But that whether to go crazy or not to go crazy, that is completely your choice. If you say they are driving me crazy, it is like telling, I went to the restaurant and the restaurant fellows are driving me crazy. Why? Because they are giving me a menu which has got hundreds of dishes. So, if they have their fare, they are giving you the card. There are hundreds of dishes. They are not driving you crazy. You choose whichever one you like. If you go crazy, you eat abnormally and your stomach is upset, it is not the mistake of the restaurant fellow. Please appreciate, friends. Holding somebody or something responsible always in your life is a huge mistake. As long as you are a child, we can understand. Because as a child, you have no choice. That is why child abuse, intellectually, everybody is abused in school, college, university. The ideas are pushed into their head. You cannot believe nowadays. If I tell you, you cannot believe what the college students nowadays are doing. I was stunned. I went to a college. Can you believe? Boys, girls, themselves, photographing themselves in different positions and sending their own pictures into other places. SMS. Stunning. You put your own blog, you put your own little side show, and then everybody watching you. God knows what type of mind has come into this generation now. Absolutely crazy. The person has completely gone crazy to, draw the line between decency and obscenity. Where is what? What is to be done? And you are not supposed to talk about it. All of you must have seen. Let me talk that situation. Recently, one Bombay, just taking and giving an example, adult, the fashion parade. Of course, next day there is a huge hue and cry, but who cares? Imagine what is in that mind. Some people say, oh, what is wrong in that? Some people say, of course, going crazy. Who has to decide now? If you say it is not to be done, you are branded as conservative, useless, stupid, closed mind, all that. If you say it's okay, then you say, God, what has happened? Just understand that mind. That is where people have become nowadays more and more so individualistic. That if I do this, how does it matter to anybody? It matters. It doesn't matter to anybody when you are doing something wrong, but when you are in a mess, why do you want everybody's help? That's a big thing. When you get into a mess, you need everybody's help. But when you are getting into a mess, if somebody points it out, you say, my life, I shall do whatever I want to do. What is this? I don't care for the society. I have AIDS, but then I demand help from the society. I don't care for the society that I am an alcoholic. How does it matter if I drink? But there has to be an Alcoholic Anonymous, there must be a rehabilitation center. Who does it? If not an individual, a society is organizing it for you. So the same society you are degrading, being critical of, and the same society you are coming back for help. Somewhere little sanity must prevail. That is where this knowledge does not mean, I am happy Brahman, I am the Sachidanandoham, excellent. But it must have relevance to your lifestyle. I am happy with myself and I see that I don't cause unhappiness to anybody in life. That is the most important thing, because this purpose, as they say, Atmana mokshartham jagat hitayache, for the liberation, redemption of your own self, and jagat hitaya, for the sake of the whole world, so that my action doesn't affect other people. In your privacy, you want to do something. What book you read, what movie you watch, that's not my business. But the moment you come out, there is certain type of decency, where what you should do, how you should react, how you should move with people. That choice is yours, completely yours. And you must take into account other person. Just like when you are alone in a highway, whether you go left side, right side, take a twist, go simply round, turn around, you do as you like, it makes no difference. But the moment there is a second vehicle, watch out. Are you getting that? In case of a traffic, when you are all alone in a highway, how you should drive? Is it necessary to ask? That is why some people like to go to the forest. Why? So they can live as they like. They can bathe, they need not bathe, they can eat food, they need not eat food, they can dress, they need not dress, they can put only vibhuti and hang around or nothing and hang around. The choice is theirs. But the moment you come into the society, you have certain rules and regulations. You have to live with that. And happily you live with it. So please, so dhira, when you say dhira, such a person dhira, one who is capable of withdrawing his mind from the sense objects as he chooses. Vishayabhya dhim rati pratigranati. One is capable of withdrawing his mind from the sense object world. Meaning, at no time, no sensation, no object can ever trap you. In fact, please take that statement. No object meant for trapping you. We get ourselves trapped. Tea, coffee, do they ever invoke a habit in you? You go on drinking and make a habit out of tea and coffee. Don't blame tea and coffee. It's a tea, coffee, madaka drabya, the tea and, they will say that. Tea and coffee, very habit forming. Tea and coffee habit forming. What about your drinking? He says, the people give the strangest logic. Innocent object, innocent world. Please. So dhiraha, the wise person, sees very himself. One thing that happens when you appreciate yourself, you stop blaming the whole world. You completely stop blaming. And stop blaming the world and see how much trouble you have got. Nothing. You hold yourself responsible. Am I getting into a mess? Yes. Take the consequences. Shall I get into the mess? No. Choice is yours. You decide. Please. That is why Mattva. Mattva means Gantva. Having thought over it, knowing this reality, what happens to Dhira? Na shochati. Na shochati. Na shochati. Na kankshati. Na shochati. Never ever grieves in life. The sign of wisdom is never you grieve. Whatever you do, you enjoy. Why? You are out of sheer fulfillment, happiness, you are reveling in life. Atmarati, Atmakrida, Atmatruptascha manava, Atmanyeva cha santushta, tasya karyam na vidyate. Atmarati, reveling in himself. Atmakrida, playing with himself. Atmatruptascha manava, contented with himself. Atmanyeva santushta, fulfilled in himself. Tasya karyam na vidyate. For him there is nothing remains to be done. It's not so. That's what it's in Bhagavad Gita. Anyway.